Do any of you want to hunt for a living? Do you all want to get paid to go out and just shoot deer and turkeys? Well, this is the video for you. Actually, not really. Hunting for a living is total BS. I don't know a single person out there that just flat out gets paid money to go out there and hunt. I know that's the perception a lot of people have, especially if you see folks like us that are out there making hunting videos all the time, is that we get paid solely to hunt. And that's just not the case. Most people within the hunting industry have tangible skills outside of hunting itself. Those could be engineering, manufacturing, marketing, video production, photography, social media, etc. Each year at THP, we offer internships to help young people get their foot in the door to the outdoor industry.
Just about back here to get Grant. Looks like he's ready to go. He's running. Oh my gosh! You okay, dude?
What happened?
Here's the damage, folks.
You okay?
Oh, I ate it.
Was it worth it?
I mean, if it provided entertainment for you, then yeah, it was worth it.
I think it provided entertainment for a lot of people, probably.
Oh,
The internship program is something we're really proud of, and we get a ton of applicants for it every year. Unfortunately, we can only select 1, 2, or 3 of those applicants, but just this year, we got several hundred applicants for the internship. One of the biggest misconceptions that we see from folks either applying for internships or jobs within the hunting industry is most people want to hunt for a living. They see videos of their favorite TV hunters and they think, wow, I want to be able to just travel around the country and be filmed hunting all the time. That sounds great. And they sort of build this thing in their mind that these people they're watching on TV are hunting for a living. I mean, jobs within the hunting industry look like, here, I guess I'll just name a few examples. At Bear Archery, they have a bunch of compound bow engineers. They have trophy ridge accessory engineers. These are the guys that sit down and they design their products. Now they work within the hunting industry, and occasionally some of those people may even hunt on video, but their job is not to go hunting and be filmed. It's, to be engineers. Then each company that's out there, or at least most of them, have a need for a social media coordinator. These people manage the various brands' social media channels on a daily basis. Tooling manufacturer, that's another job in the hunting industry. Video producer, which is what we do. We're content creators and we're video producers. Outdoor writers, my old boss, Bill Winkie, that's how he started in the hunting industry. He was an outdoor writer, he wrote for magazines, in fact, he still does. There's brand managers, there's marketing specialists, there's archery technicians, there's outfitters, there's guides. I mean, the list goes on and on. But the point I'm trying to make here is that there are jobs that require tangible skills outside the world of hunting. We may spend a little bit more time than the average hunter out there, but at the end of the day, we're not expert hunters. I mean, we're just average people that love to hunt. However, we do have a skill set in video production. That's something that I've personally worked on since I was like 11 years old. I knew from a young age that I wanted to make hunting videos, so I started buying cheap cameras and cheap editing software to use at home on my dad's computer when I was a kid. And in the background, I've always, been interested in trying to make a better hunting video.
that beard on him.
Bird.
Awesome, man.
How about that?
Good job.
So over time, that was sort of the skill set that I tried to sharpen. And at THP, if there's any one skill set that really sets us apart, it is our ability to create video content that is useful for you guys, the viewers. That's what we take the most pride in doing. Making videos just like the one we're doing right here. But that takes lots and lots of years of trial and error. That takes, some formal education in a few instances, and the constant ability and willingness to learn. Greg, if you guys have watched any of his videos, you know that he takes great pride in the videography aspect of his videos, the editing, the production, the storyboarding, all of it. But I'm telling you, he didn't just wake up yesterday as a hunter and decide he wanted to be a video producer. Greg's been working really, really hard at all things video and TV for a couple decades now to get to this point. And if you ask anybody within our group, none of us are professional hunters. If we're anything, we're professional videographers and content creators. And the main reason I bring this up is because a lot of folks want to get into the hunting industry because they want to hunt for a living. They don't realize that there are skills that you need to sharpen just like any other industry. If you want to go into the construction industry, for example, you're going to need to learn how to use tools. You're going to need to learn how to frame houses. You're going to need to learn how to roof, pour concrete. All of those skills can become useful in your job, and the hunting industry is no different. A lot of you also ask, how do we get started in this industry? And I mentioned the internships a while ago. That was like the big door that opened for me in order to do this. Each of us have a little bit different story of how we got here to THP, but the one common denominator was that we all loved making hunting videos. Each of us loved to hunt from an early age, but then as I got older, I was watching hunting videos on TV. I was watching, Night and Hales, Ultimate Spring, Real Tree Outdoors, Mossy Oaks Hunting the Country, Turkey Call TV on TNN on Sundays. That's what I grew up on. And whenever we would sit down and watch those videos, we always thought like, man, it would be awesome to be able to do that for a living someday. And then I saw this young guy named Michael Waddell on Realtree that kind of talked about how he got his job and how he started working with them. He was talking about going around the country to turkey calling contests and meeting all different kinds of people in the outdoor industry and just toting a video camera around for years, filming as many people as he could to try to sharpen his skills as a video producer. Just watching him as I was growing up gave me hope that I could potentially do this if I really started to put my eggs in that basket. And I was very lucky from a young age, from like the age of 11 years old. This is what I knew that I wanted to do. And then from that point forward, the other things in life suffered a little bit. I didn't pay enough attention to my grades. I didn't play all the sports that I could have, but main reason being is I wanted to have time to hunt, and I wanted to have time to go and video other people hunt. And at the time I didn't know this, but through all of that, I was building a portfolio of work. A lot of it was pretty shoddy and crappy at first, but through trial and error and more experience over the years, I started producing better and better hunting videos that I could show to other people in the industry. And then whenever somebody would call and say, hey, could you go on this elk hunt on these dates, or could you go on this deer hunt on these dates, I would clear my schedule and I would go do it.
Morning.
All right, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay. We're up here in northern Missouri this morning on the opening day of youth turkey season, April 8th. Got Cody here and got Aaron video cameraing. Woke up this morning, clear skies, about 32 degrees. So it's gonna be cold out there. It's more like deer season than it is turkey season. So we got about a 3/4 mile walk into some bottoms. So we're just getting ready to get out and start walking so we can get there in plenty of time. So we'll let you know how it goes from there. Woohoo! Get on it, man. There you go, hold that gun, Nutty. So what do you think? Your first Northern Missouri turkey. We got it on video with Aaron Warbritton. We're up at his farm. Appreciate him letting us come up and do a little turkey hunting with him. Got him in his bottom this morning and he had an old hen with him. I didn't think he was gonna come in there for a while, but he finally got away from that old hen and she went off down into his bottom and he came right on strutting. We had to cut at him a little bit to get him going, but he wasn't gonna get no closer than what he was. So I told Cody go ahead and shoot him if Aaron was on him, and he took off, and I think they rolled down the hill and they chased him. But it was a good job. Hey, give me a hug. That's what it's about, man.
Most of the time I wouldn't be paid anything. I was just trying to get experience filming people in the hunting industry. I was working at an appliance store during that time in college, but I saw this internship pop up on Midwest Whitetail because I was a fan. I was watching Midwest Whitetail every week the first year that they started producing online videos, and I saw that internship pop up. And I was like, hey, you know, I've actually got quite a bit of video experience that I can show these guys that might hopefully have them take an interest in me. So I worked really hard day and night on my resume, my cover letter, my whole portfolio, and then I sent it to them, and I had no idea that they were going to call. I hoped that they would. They eventually did, and I got the position. And that ultimately led us down this road to THP. But I would not be here without all of that prior experience up to this point. And it wasn't prior experience becoming a professional hunter. It was taking any and every opportunity that I could find, whether it was paid or not, to make hunting videos and to make better hunting videos. Another question we get a lot around this topic is, are there any higher education opportunities available for skills within the hunting industry? There's not a specific major that I can think of that's tailored directly towards the hunting industry. But if you go and you learn more about engineering, then like I mentioned before, maybe you could go and be a compound bow engineer at some point. Marketing can play a role for various companies. Manufacturing is also really important. I run into people every year at the ATA show that are there, and they are solely tooling manufacturers. They build the tools that the engineers ultimately need to produce these products. On the video production side, I did take some college courses. I went to college at Ozark Technical College in Springfield, Missouri for about a year, and I only took like digital multimedia courses. One of them was radio production. I think I took a video production course, an audio production course, and those were useful. Another thing to consider here too is the hunting industry is not very big. There's not a lot of jobs out there, and expect to fail. I mean, I applied to like 3 or 4 different pro staffs and a couple different companies before I ever even got the Midwest Whitetail internship, and all of them turned me down. Most of them never even returned my calls. And I'll be honest, it really sucked. I mean, I was getting rejected over and over and over again. But what I came to realize is the main reason why is because there just isn't very many positions out there. And when one does come open, it's super competitive to get that job because a lot of people want to work in the hunting industry. I mean, there might be one job position open for a video producer, and there might be 40 or 50 applicants, most of which were qualified for that job. So I felt like I needed to find ways to separate myself, and ultimately I was just stubborn and never quit. I just kept going and kept building that portfolio until eventually I got the internship with Midwest Whitetail. But there are also other options if you love to hunt or hunting is your passion and you want to spend more time doing that. For example, I used to work at a company called Bob's Appliance in Mexico, Missouri for the Benskin family. Great people, good friends of mine. I worked there for about 3 years in college, but Marvin Benskin owned that business, and he's a huge turkey and deer hunter. So every fall and spring, whenever it was deer season or turkey season, Marvin would call me up, and our business hours were like Monday through Saturday, 8 to 5 or whatever. He'd call me up though, and he'd be like, hey, you want to do some hunting in the next week or two? Well, yeah, of course I do. He'd say, all right, come into work late. We're going to start working 12, 13-hour days here for the next few days so that we can get ahead on our service calls and on our installs, and we'll close the store next week so we can go hunting. And that's how he operated his business. We would work really, really hard in the winter and the summer, and then during hunting season, we would try to work nights specifically for turkey season because in Missouri you can only hunt till 1 p.m. We would try to work afternoons and evenings during turkey season so that we could close the store in the mornings and go hunting. That's just one of many examples, though. There's lots of guys out there that set up their schedules. I know Dave Owens, for example, the Pinhoti Project. Before he did the Pinhoti Project, he turkey hunted all spring and all over the country. I think he worked in pest control, and he scheduled his job around his spring turkey hunting. So he would work really, really hard, like 9 months out of the year, so that he could have off and just turkey hunt for that period. So anyway, there's lots of other options out there. If you just have to hunt and you've got a passion for it, and that's all you want to do is spend more time hunting, just look at creative ways that you can set your life up that way, and that'll get you in the woods more. But anyway, hopefully you all enjoyed this video. This is a question we get asked all the time in a video that we've needed to make for a while. We just wrapped up the turkey tour, and me and Greg and Nick and Ted are getting ready to head down to roll with Ranch Fairy next week to do some hog hunting and some arrow testing and some broadhead testing. So that should be some interesting content coming up here on the channel. Hopefully all of you had a good spring and have a great summer. We'll see you on the next video.